My beloved child, stop scrolling, right now, because what I am about to tell you cannot wait until tomorrow. Today, your soulmate sent you a sign. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. And if you missed it, or if you're still unsure whether what you felt truly meant something, I need you to stay with me for the next few minutes, because this message is time-sensitive, and I don't want you to let it pass you by. So breathe with me, my beloved child, settle into this moment. And let's uncover exactly what happened today. Every day, my beloved child, carries its own quiet energy, but today, specifically, has carried something more. A shift in the air, an unusual pull toward reflection, a moment where your heart felt slightly heavier, slightly more open, than it usually does. If today felt different in some way you couldn't quite explain, my beloved child, understand that this was not random. Today was a day when the connection between you and your soulmate grew noticeably stronger, and that shift was always going to be felt, even if only faintly. Signs, my beloved child, do not always look the way we expect them to. Perhaps today, you noticed a repeating number, appearing more than once, in places you don't normally pay attention to. Perhaps a stranger said something that felt oddly specific, oddly timed, as though the words were meant for you alone. Perhaps you simply felt, at some point today, an unexplainable wave of hope, arriving without warning, and leaving just as quickly. If any of this happened today, my beloved child, that was your sign, and it deserves your full attention right now, not tomorrow, not next week. You might wonder, my beloved child, why I'm speaking to you with such urgency about something that, on the surface, seems small. Because signs like this one are time-sensitive, in the sense that their power lies partly in your willingness to notice and respond to them while they're still fresh. The longer a sign goes unacknowledged, my beloved child, the easier it becomes to dismiss it entirely, to convince yourself it meant nothing, and I don't want that to happen to you today. At the exact moment this sign reached you, my beloved child, your soulmate was likely experiencing something significant on their end as well. A sudden thought of you, unprompted, an unexplainable urge to hope again, even after a difficult season, a quiet, internal decision to remain open to love, despite whatever doubts they've been carrying. This sign, my beloved child, was not sent carelessly, it emerged from a genuine, meaningful moment within your soulmate's own heart. I want to clarify something important, my beloved child, because urgency can sometimes be misunderstood. This message is not asking you to chase, force, or rush toward a specific outcome, it is simply asking you to pay closer attention, today, to what your heart and your surroundings are trying to tell you. Urgency here means alertness, not anxiety, my beloved child, stay calm, stay present, but don't let today's sign slip by unnoticed. If you dismiss what happened today as nothing, my beloved child, understand that the connection itself won't disappear, but the opportunity to consciously align yourself with it, right now, in this moment, may pass more quickly than you'd like. This isn't meant to frighten you, my beloved child, but rather to remind you that engagement matters, noticing, honoring, and trusting these signs actively strengthens your connection to the process already unfolding. So what should you do, my beloved child, right now, having received this message? First, take a moment to acknowledge, quietly in your heart, I see this sign, and I trust its meaning. Second, remain unusually open for the rest of today, to conversations, opportunities, or feelings that arise, even if they seem unrelated to love at first glance. Third, resist the urge to overanalyze every detail. Simply stay present, and allow today to unfold naturally, with heightened awareness rather than anxious searching. You may be wondering, my beloved child, why this message reached you specifically today, of all days. Understand that timing like this rarely happens by accident. You were guided to this message today because your soul was ready to receive it, and because the sign your soulmate sent needed acknowledgement now, not at some later, more convenient time. Trust this timing, my beloved child. It is precise, even when it doesn't fully make sense to your logical mind. Beyond emotional or symbolic signs, my beloved child, many people report physical sensations accompanying moments like this. A sudden warmth spreading through the chest, an unexpected flutter, similar to a skipped heartbeat, a subtle chill running down the spine, despite no change in your physical environment. If you felt anything like this today, my beloved child, know that your body was simply confirming what your soul had already recognized. Let's pause together, my beloved child, for a brief but important moment, right here, right now. Take a slow breath in, and release it gently. Silently, in your heart, say these words. I received the sign sent to me today. I trust its meaning, even without full understanding. I remain open, alert, and ready for what comes next. Sit with this acknowledgement for a moment longer. Trust it, my beloved child. I want to offer you some reassurance, my beloved child, in case you're worried about signs you may have missed in the past. Ignoring a sign does not cancel the connection itself. It simply means the universe will continue offering new opportunities, new signs, new moments for you to notice and respond. However, my beloved child, the more consistently you honor these signs when they arrive, the smoother and often faster this journey tends to unfold. Today's sign is simply another invitation, not your only chance. When you choose to take today's sign seriously, my beloved child, rather than dismissing it, something subtle but important begins to shift within you. You become more attuned, more alert, more naturally responsive to the next sign, and the one after that. This growing sensitivity, my beloved child, often accelerates the entire process, simply because you're finally working in cooperation with it, rather than remaining unconsciously distracted. Sometimes, my beloved child, the people around you notice shifts even before you consciously register them yourself. A friend might comment today, unprompted, "You seem different, lighter somehow." A family member might mention, out of nowhere, "I have a feeling something is about to change for you." If this happens today, my beloved child, take it as further confirmation. The sign you received wasn't isolated, it's part of a larger shift already becoming visible to those around you. Consider this, my beloved child, of all the days you could have come across this message, it reached you today. This is not coincidence. It is confirmation, layered directly on top of whatever sign you already received earlier today, reinforcing the same message from a different angle. The universe rarely relies on just one signal, my beloved child. Today, it used more than one, simply to make sure you didn't miss it. I want to gently address any fear this urgency might have stirred within you, my beloved child. This message is not meant to frighten you into anxious searching, but rather to lovingly nudge you into greater presence and awareness, today specifically. Release any fear of missing out, my beloved child, and instead, allow today's heightened attentiveness to feel like an invitation, rather than a burden. As today continues, my beloved child, carry this heightened awareness gently with you, into whatever remains of your day, and into tonight as well. Notice how you feel as you go to sleep tonight. Notice any dreams, any lingering emotions, any small confirmations that arrive before today fully closes. This sign, my beloved child, may continue revealing itself in layers, even after the sun sets on today. Sometimes, my beloved child, a single sign is not the full message, it is simply the first layer of something larger, still unfolding. Today's sign may be followed, in the coming days, by additional confirmations, a repeated number appearing again, a name resurfacing unexpectedly, a feeling of déjà vu that catches you off guard. Stay attentive, my beloved child, not just today, but in the days immediately following. The full picture often reveals itself gradually, layer by layer, rather than all at once. I want to gently address something important, my beloved child. Not everyone who receives a sign like this one actually notices it. Distraction, skepticism, or simply a busy, overloaded mind can cause even significant signs to pass by completely unnoticed. This is precisely why this message carries urgency, my beloved child. Not to frighten you, but to help you become one of the people who does notice, who does pause, who does take today's sign seriously, rather than letting it dissolve into the noise of an ordinary day. While you've been noticing, or perhaps beginning to notice, this sign, my beloved child, understand that your soulmate is walking through a parallel process of their own. They, too, are learning to trust unexplainable feelings, to notice small, quiet nudges, to remain open despite uncertainty. Your growing awareness, my beloved child, mirrors theirs, even from a distance. You are both, in your own ways, becoming more ready for the moment this connection fully reveals itself. Sometimes, my beloved child, if a sign truly matters, it does not simply appear once and vanish forever. It repeats. Quietly, patiently, in different forms, until you finally give it the attention it deserves. If you look back over recent weeks, my beloved child, and notice a pattern, a repeating number, a recurring name, a similar feeling arising again and again, understand that this repetition is intentional. The universe rarely relies on a single, fleeting moment to deliver something this significant. You may have received messages like this before, my beloved child, encouraging you to stay hopeful, to trust the process, to remain open. But today's message carries a different quality, a sharper sense of immediacy, a clearer invitation to act rather than simply wait. This difference, my beloved child, reflects where you currently stand in your own journey. You have moved beyond simply waiting passively, into a stage where active attentiveness and gentle responsiveness now matter more than ever. In the next 2 days, my beloved child, I encourage you to remain especially attentive. Watch for unexpected invitations, names that resurface unprompted, or a persistent feeling that you should reach out to someone, revisit somewhere, or try something new. This short window, my beloved child, often carries heightened significance following a sign as clear as today's, not because the connection expires, but because your own heightened awareness right now creates the perfect conditions for noticing what comes next. Even amid this urgency, my beloved child, I want to remind you that trust does not require frantic action. You are allowed to move through these next days at your own natural pace, remaining alert without forcing anything to happen faster than it's meant to. Urgency and peace, my beloved child, are not opposites. You can hold both, gently, allowing today's heightened awareness to coexist with a calm, trusting heart. Every sign, my beloved child, becomes part of a larger story, one you'll likely look back on someday with quiet amazement at how precisely each piece fit together. Today's sign is simply the latest sentence in that ongoing story, not the whole narrative, but a meaningful piece nonetheless. Trust that this story is being written carefully, my beloved child, even when you can only see one sentence at a time. Once you choose to honor a sign, my beloved child, rather than dismiss it, something quietly shifts in how the universe continues communicating with you. It's almost as though your attentiveness becomes an invitation for more clarity to follow. Future signs often become slightly easier to notice, slightly less ambiguous, simply because you've demonstrated a genuine willingness to pay attention. This is why today's response matters so much, my beloved child, not because missing it would end anything permanently, but because honoring it opens a smoother, clearer channel moving forward. As you continue honoring these signs, my beloved child, a quiet confidence begins to build within you. Not arrogance, not certainty about every specific detail, but a steady, grounded trust that you are not walking this journey blindly. You are, instead, learning to read a map that has been there all along, simply waiting for you to learn its language. This confidence, my beloved child, will serve you well, not only in matters of love, but in every area of life where trust and intuition matter. As we approach the true end of this message, my beloved child, I want to offer one final thought on the urgency woven throughout today's words. Urgency, when it comes from love rather than fear, is simply a form of care. It says, "This matters, pay attention, don't let this slip by." Rather than, hurry, panic, force something before it's ready. Receive today's urgency in this spirit, my beloved child, as a caring nudge, not a frightening demand, and carry it forward gently, into whatever the rest of today, and the days ahead, bring your way. As we near the true end of this message, my beloved child, I want to remind you that no single action needs to feel monumental. Simply noticing today's sign, pausing to reflect, choosing openness over dismissal. These small actions, though quiet, accumulate over time into something significant. You don't need one dramatic gesture, my beloved child, to fully honor this connection. You simply need consistent, gentle attentiveness, repeated day after day, until the full story finally reveals itself. Having honored today's sign, my beloved child, tomorrow may bring something slightly different, perhaps a continuation of the same feeling, perhaps something entirely new. Stay curious rather than rigid in your expectations, my beloved child. The exact form future signs take may surprise you, but the underlying thread connecting them all will remain consistent, a gentle, persistent invitation to remain open, aware, and hopeful. Having honored today's sign, my beloved child, tomorrow may bring something slightly different, perhaps a continuation of the same feeling, perhaps something entirely new. Stay curious rather than rigid in your expectations, my beloved child. The exact form future signs take may surprise you, but the underlying thread connecting them all will remain consistent, a gentle, persistent invitation to remain open, aware, and hopeful. Even in moments when this journey feels solitary, my beloved child, understand that you are never truly walking it alone. Somewhere, your soulmate walks a parallel path, noticing their own signs, honoring their own quiet nudges, hoping just as sincerely as you are. And beyond that, my beloved child, an entire unseen support system, call it the universe, the divine, your own higher wisdom, continues gently guiding both of you, even during the moments that feel most uncertain. You are accompanied, my beloved child, even when it doesn't always feel that way. As today comes to its close, my beloved child, I want to leave you with one final, simple word of encouragement. You noticed. You paid attention. You didn't let today's sign slip by unacknowledged. That alone, my beloved child, is enough for today. Tomorrow will bring its own invitations, its own signs, its own opportunities to remain open, but for now, simply rest in the knowledge that you responded with care to what today offered you. Before we truly close, my beloved child, I want to encourage you to carry this same attentiveness beyond just today. Each day holds the potential for small, meaningful signs, whether related to your soulmate or to other important areas of your life. The practice of noticing, pausing, and honoring what arises is a skill that will continue serving you long after today's specific sign has fully played out. Let today be a beginning, my beloved child, not just a single, isolated moment of awareness. As we come to the true end of this message, my beloved child, I want to offer you a final, gentle blessing. May every sign you encounter, today and in the days ahead, be met with openness rather than doubt. May your soulmate's journey and your own continue drawing closer, guided gently by forces neither of you can fully see, yet both of you can quietly feel. And may the connection sent today, however small it seemed, become one more meaningful thread in the beautiful story still being written between you. As we truly near the close of this message, my beloved child, I want to remind you that everything you felt today, every subtle sign, every quiet nudge, arrived at exactly the right moment. Not too early, not too late, but precisely when both you and your soulmate needed this particular thread of connection to strengthen. Trust this timing, my beloved child, even in the parts you cannot fully explain. The same intelligence that orchestrated today's sign is the same intelligence quietly guiding every remaining step of this journey. As we truly bring this message to a close, my beloved child, I want to remind you of something comforting. You don't need one massive, undeniable proof to trust that this journey is unfolding correctly. Small confirmations, gathered patiently over time, are often just as powerful, if not more so, than a single dramatic sign. Today's sign was one such small confirmation, my beloved child. Let it settle gently into your heart, alongside every other quiet confirmation you've collected along the way. Before we let today's message fully rest, my beloved child, I want to leave you with one final, quiet whisper of your own to carry forward. I trust the timing of everything I've felt today. I remain open to what comes next, without forcing or fearing the outcome. I honor this connection, exactly as it's unfolding. Carry this whisper gently, my beloved child, into tomorrow, and into every day that follows, until the moment finally arrives when whispers turn into words spoken face to face. As we approach the very last part of this message, my beloved child, I want to note something worth remembering. Of everything shared today, what usually stays with you longest isn't the specific details, but the feeling, the sense of being gently guided, quietly accompanied, genuinely cared for throughout this waiting process. Let that feeling linger, my beloved child, longer than any single fact or sign discussed today. It is, in many ways, the truest takeaway from this entire message. As we truly reach the end of this message, my beloved child, I want you to step away carrying not urgency alone, but a gentle, grounded awareness. Walk through the rest of today, and the days ahead, with your heart softly open, your eyes quietly attentive, and your spirit trusting that every sign, every whisper, every quiet nudge is part of a story unfolding exactly as it should. You have done what today asked of you, my beloved child. You noticed, you honored, you trusted. And that is more than enough for now. As we truly reach the end of this message, my beloved child, I want you to step away carrying not urgency alone, but a gentle, grounded awareness. Walk through the rest of today, and the days ahead, with your heart softly open, your eyes quietly attentive, and your spirit trusting that every sign, every whisper, every quiet nudge is part of a story unfolding exactly as it should. You have done what today asked of you, my beloved child. You noticed, you honored, you trusted, and that is more than enough for now. One day, my beloved child, long after today has become a distant memory, you will likely tell the story of how it all began, the signs, the quiet urgency, the small moments of noticing that eventually led you to your soulmate. You may not remember every single detail perfectly, but you will remember the feeling. The sense that something greater than coincidence was gently guiding you, one sign at a time, toward a love worth every moment of waiting. Let today become one small, meaningful chapter in that eventual story, my beloved child. Before we truly let this message rest, my beloved child, I want to offer one final, closing prayer, spoken quietly together. May you notice what you're meant to notice. May you trust what you're meant to trust. May the connection already unfolding between you and your soulmate continue moving forward, gently, faithfully, exactly as it should. And may you walk away from today, my beloved child, a little more awake, a little more open, and a little closer to the love you've been waiting for. As we come to the true end of this message, my beloved child, I want you to carry this final truth with you. Today, your soulmate sent you a sign, quiet, perhaps subtle, but real. And you, my beloved child, chose not to ignore it. That choice matters more than you may realize. It is proof of your own readiness, your own willingness to remain open, aware, and hopeful, even amid uncertainty. Your soulmate reached toward you today, my beloved child, and now, it's your turn to reach back. If this urgent message resonated with you, like this video, comment the sign you received today, and subscribe to Hidden Blessings Message for daily spiritual guidance, soulmate signs, and divine messages sent straight to your soul. Until next time, stay alert, my beloved child, today matters more than you know.